So I just got back from having an amazing training session on the table with Jason and Sterling. Shout out to both of them. They're both feeling super strong. They're both improving. Jason's super solid for his weight. I think he's about 180. Feels super strong in a hook. He's always improving. Sterling as well is definitely improving a lot at arm wrestling. He's pretty new to the sport, but he's been taking it pretty serious recently, as it seems, and he's definitely improving. So he felt good on the table as well. It was a great training session for me. I kind of went against Sterling, went against Jason, working my weaknesses, working different techniques, just trying to be more well-rounded instead of just going where I'm strongest always in training. And I gotta say, it was amazing training. My arms are destroyed. I love that feeling because I know they're gonna get stronger. Just gotta eat, sleep, recover, and it'll come back even stronger. And just wanted to share my thoughts after training because, man, I just love the sport of arm wrestling. I love that trajectory of just getting stronger, especially considering I'm still new to the sport. I'm only 3 years in, so I have a lot of potential to still obtain as I continue to train hard and, focus and go to more tournaments. That's the main goal. I've been trying to compete as many tournaments as I can recently and want to keep that going because that tournament experience is what ultimately is going to get you to know what you need to work on, because you get exposed in a tournament, you know what your weaknesses are. In practice, you can think you know where your weaknesses are, but when the tournament happens, it's really on full display, and after a tournament, you have to realize, okay, I need to work on this, get stronger here. It's just constantly making you think and have something to work for the next tournament to improve. And in the long run, competing a lot is just the best way to get better. I mean, you can train a lot in practice and just practice, for years and years, but if you really want to take the competitive side more seriously, the fact is you just have to get out there and compete in the tournaments. I've taken plenty of fucking ass whoopings, and I still will as I continue to progress. It's just a part of the game. I mean, if you're too afraid to lose, I think, then it hinders your long-term progress, because you're gonna have to take some losses in order to learn. It's just a fact of life, but a fact of arm wrestling. And I've taken many losses. Some notable ones, I remember Heraclio when I was like a year into the sport, thinking I'm the shit and going over to a practice and just getting fucking destroyed. Shout out to Heraclio, such a cool dude, man. Always been super supportive of me. Awesome dude out there in California. He's a trucker. That dude's a beast. Super strong arm wrestler. Shout out to him. Also, what are some other brutal losses? I would say Eric Wolf just keeps crushing me on the right. I was able to beat him on the left, which felt great. My left is my strong arm, I would say, but my right is definitely catching up to my left. But yeah, he beat me at the Brezent Cup. I think that was last November, so about a year ago, and then he beat me again in April. After I beat Dallas Langston, I was in second, undefeated, and then I had 2 shots against him. I lost both. So, and then I faced him again just at the Grinder tournament last month. So I have not beaten Eric Wolf on the right. That's another just ass whooping, but I'm getting stronger. I know what to work on. I'm not going to shy away from the competition just because I lose. I think that's a losing mentality in the long run. You have to, fight through the fire. You have to walk through the fire instead of avoid it. It's just a simple fact of how you're going to get better is you have to, seek out the challenges, because if you're not seeking out any challenges, how are you going to improve? So that's one of the main things I've been focusing on with just my whole mindset when it comes to arm wrestling is just seek those challenges, know what to improve upon. And let me talk about another loss. Another significant loss is against Scott Partington. He beat me in, last year in November here in Vegas. We had a tournament, and he beat me on the right, and he beat me on the left. It was closer on the left. Then we had a super match 2 months later in January at King of Cali. He beat me once again on the left. And then he actually beat me again, I think it was 2 months ago over in Riverside. So it's just it's a fact of the game that you're going to take losses when you go out there and compete, and I don't think it's a good thing long-term if you want to progress long-term in the sport to have your ego so invested in a short-term result or tournament, because you can't just come in and expect to beat everybody immediately, and I think that's just naive to think that. So that's why my mindset when it comes to just getting out there and competing, I think is going to progress me in the long term. So I'm going to continue to do that. I would love to compete. I'm competing next month, so I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait. I just love it. It just makes me feel alive. I want to make an update video on how I'm feeling because just great training session and just keeps my mind focused, you know, 1 week at a time. And I trained twice during the week too with Ariel, which was good. So I'm trying to get as much table time as well, but also the gym arm wrestling specific training. Like I did arm wrestling specific training yesterday and I'm on the table today. Like, so I'm in a constant state of fatigue pretty much. But then when I peak, when I go 2 weeks without arm wrestling before a tournament, I'm going to be fucking fresh. I'm going to be, you know, ready to go. So man, I just love this sport. Just wanted to share my thoughts. If you have any suggestions as far as arm wrestling videos, leave a comment or leave a comment, any thoughts you have, because, you know, I love making arm wrestling videos. Since I started my channel 2 years ago, it's been a dream of mine to just, you know, just completely do this as my lifestyle, as a career, to be honest, as something, I want to do something I enjoy. And I love arm wrestling. I love everything about it, community, the training. So, you know, a lot more to come with this channel and with my training, with everything. So make sure you subscribe, stay tuned. Appreciate all you guys watching. My YouTube has been growing a lot, so I definitely appreciate that. Everyone leaving comments. I try and get back to as many comments as I can. So it's just awesome. Have a good night, guys.